I want to thank, first of all, the Internet Society for its work to democratize the Internet, and in particular, the advisory group for selecting me. It's a fantastic honor. I want to congratulate all of the other inductees who are part of this class. I'm very happy to accept this award, not just for myself, but on behalf of people everywhere who are working to close the digital divide and to build digital equity across the globe. When I started working on the internet in 1983 at Bolt, Beranek, and Newman, access was only for defense and higher education institutions. But the power of a global open source system for linking computers quickly became obvious. And the demand from schools, libraries, local governments, and others began to change the nature of the internet. Academics throughout the world began to construct international research networks, and the internet started a quick evolution toward universal status. By 1994, the US government was very actively involved in promoting the deployment of the internet and, in fact, the growth of a commercial internet. At that point, I joined Larry Irving at the Department of Commerce to direct a new grant program. We were going to close the digital divide and jumpstart internet use by nonprofits and governments. As a result of our grants, people paved the way for a surge in internet use by hospitals, tribes, community networks, and others. In 2008, during the Great Recession, I returned to the Commerce Department to lead a new grant program. With $450 million plus matching funds, our grantees expanded hundreds of public computer centers and helped more than 700,000 low-income households get online. When I retired in 2015, my friend Angela Seifer was organizing a campaign to change the direction of the FCC's Lifeline program. Decisions were in process that could have meant it was even more difficult for low-income people to get access to the internet. When I thought about this, I knew that it was not going to be a one-time situation, that advocates for digital equity needed to organize. So that evening, in a bar in Alexandria, where, of course, all the important things happen, Angela and I agreed to go big. And the National Digital Inclusion Alliance, or NDIA, was born. I became the founding board chair in 2017. Today, NDIA is setting the standard for equitable internet expansion in the 21st century, informing digital equity policy, influencing important legislation like the Infrastructure Act, and building a community of over 1,400 affiliate organizations in 50 states, DC, and 6 territories. When we hear from leaders like Vice President Kamala Harris that internet is not a luxury, it is a basic necessity, we feel the effects of the digital equity movement. When we reached a milestone this summer of 20 million households signed up for the Affordable Connectivity Program, we felt the effects of the movement. The fact that I had a long career focused on reducing internet disparities speaks to several things. The first is that society is too willing to tolerate inequity and poverty, something that we urgently need to address. Right now, we're debating the extension of the Affordable Connectivity Program, for example. What will we decide? Another takeaway for us is that the problem of lack of access was invisible to decision makers because everyone they knew had access. The pandemic of 2020 changed that. Now we have a better shot at achieving digital equity if we have the will. I accept this honor today from ISOC with deep thanks, both to ISOC and to all of my colleagues along the way who've been part of this journey. And I also have much hope in the growing movement for an equitable and open internet. And I invite everyone to join us next week at digitalinclusion.org for Digital Inclusion Week 2023. Thank you again.